I'm using a homemade mask for the time being. Well, hey, UK YouTubing! Woohoo! Oh, fucking hate cars sometimes, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Now, it's supposed to be a really hot day today. It's supposed to be like 20 degrees. Not personally seeing that right now, Met Office, so can you see me? Am I too dark? Any better? Fuck it, we're rolling with it. It's supposed to be 20 degrees today. Personally not seeing that right now, so Met Office, please get your shit together. Now, a lot of people knew I was doing this today, and they have asked to get the green jacket out, but I've got some seriously bad news. I can't actually find the green jacket. But it's supposed to be 20 degrees, so maybe we need to, hopefully, we won't need the green jacket. Now, I've been meaning to do this for a very long time. This is actually, if anyone's asked me about the Soarer, and can I just say I cleaned last night, look how beautiful it's cooked. Damn baby, you fine as hell, girl. People ask this for the Soarer, what's the number one thing you want to do to it? The first thing is, like, I need to underseal it. It's been sat in my man's garage, never driven it in the rain. I don't take that my approach with cars. But yeah, I definitely don't keep this in a garage. So we definitely need to underseal it. I was actually going to pay someone to do this. I was actually going to pay someone to do this, but it would have been nice to learn from someone else about Soarers. They know where the bits which rust are, things like that. But I thought, fuck it, that's not what we do in this channel. As we do it ourselves. If we fuck up, we fuck up. We enjoy doing it nonetheless. I bought 5, I know that's 4, but there's one over here. 5 tins of Hamrite. And we have some no nonsense degreaser. Now that's difficult because I have a lot of nonsense, so if it deals with me, well, you know, well, this time 5 capfuls for 5 litres of water. Like, that's some strong shit, lads. And I thought, okay, that's going to get me a bit of a legal high. This, I want to sniff it. Just smells like soap. It definitely didn't give me a legal high, which I was rather sad about. Some wire brushes in case we do find any surface rust. Obviously, this car doesn't have any rust. Well, it didn't the first time I looked, and didn't the second time I looked, so I'm hoping it doesn't the third time I looked. Some masking tape and some bags. Trying to find the jacking points and either B, access those jacket points are difficult. Bonnet's so long, like the jacking point is like right at, like underneath the engine, which is like so fucking far away. So that's going to be annoying. I've never done this, so this will be a laugh for people who do undersealing professionally, and it'll be a laugh for all you guys as well, probably. So let's crack on. Whoa, look at this high boy. Right, she's in there. I had to jack it up on the sill. That stands on the wishbones because now I've actually got access to the sill. Normally I could have jacked it up in the middle and then put it on the wishbones, but the little cross member is just so far back that the jack's just not fitting there, so. Hey, jumpers off, lads, jumpers off, lads. It's getting a bit warm now, lads. Right, plan is, get the wheel off. I'm gonna do the wheel arches. I'm pretty sure the wheel arches have already been coated in something, but we're still gonna do them anyway. I've got like a little agitating brush here, so we're gonna degrease the whole inside of the wheel well. Degrease it all with this and that degrease I've just done. Plastic bag off the coilover, the brakes, things like that. I'm just gonna do the wheel arches first with the underbody seal and then see how it goes. Oh no. Forgot to do them when I was, fuck's sake. Hopefully they're gonna get them off. Come on, Eddie, lad. Come on, Eddie. Next door neighbours pressed the brake. Still one of the best things ever got given by a sponsor. This Eddie the Iron Hell gun. Iron Hell, my legends. Oh, Jesus Christ. These wheels haven't fucking been off in a while. Bloody Nora. Here is the wheel well. Most people just do here and just leave this bit on, but I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna pull all this off. Well, number 1, lads, stay comfortable. Degrease all this bit in here. Get the hose pipe, wash it off. Oh, what a save. Like, just to speed up the drying process, it's got a hairdryer and a towel. I'm gonna make it all dry inside. Then we can start masking, start sending it. It's pretty much all dry in there now. I've just gone around with the cloth and the hairdryer. It's pretty much dry in there, but just until everything does fully dry and the water seeps out, I'm going to go and take off the other side and start cleaning the other side, because obviously you don't really want moisture underneath the underseal. I also scratched up all the bits which had a little bit of surface rust, so the brake lines had a little bit of surface rust on, but they're now properly clean. Yeah, so let's go and do the other side and then we'll start sending this with the underseal. Right, here we go. Come back to this side now. This side is actually dry, so I'm going to go over it just once more with a hairdryer, and then we're going to start masking everything else. I'm going to mask off the coilover, the wires, but everything else we're literally going to coat. So we're going to coat the brake lines, things like that, things which can rust, we're going to coat them. So let's do some masking. I've literally just got a bin bag, put it over the brakes. I'm going to take that to the top of the anti-roll bar, up there, over the coilover, around the back of there, and down to the bottom arm, and that takes away literally most things. Just giving this a good shake, and I'm actually going to heat it up as well with the hairdryer. So I'm going to just do this for a few minutes, and we're getting ready to spray. Now I've been told it comes out not like paint, it comes out like a jet wash. Apparently it comes out quite hard, so I'm going to do a little bit of a test spray. So I've actually just sprayed this. It actually comes out like paint. It don't come out quite aggressive like I thought it would. It comes out like paint. So now you should be wearing a respirator, but I seen a YouTuber the other day had an amazing excuse, and that excuse was I can't wear a respirator because I'm talking to you guys, so it will hinder the audio. So that's the reason I'm not wearing a respirator. So it actually comes out like quite nicely, like paint does. But I'm just literally gonna go over everything. That's one coat done. While that coat's drying, I'm gonna wait for the other side to properly dry. It's not properly dry, that other wheel well. I'm gonna get underneath and start doing the underneath on the front. This is gonna be, and found another good thing. I found the green jacket, lads. I found the green jacket. So weirdly enough, I've just been under, and I've just, you know, scraped off from like here to halfway down the car and just underneath the gearbox and stuff there. But there are actually little patches of Underseal. I can't see where the camera's pointing right now, but I'm just scanning across it. There's like patches that are not patches. So for example, this here, see all the, it's like quite rugged there, and then there it's like smooth. I don't get why there's like little bits which have been done, little bits which haven't been done. But this is why we're doing it again, just going all over it. Because at first glance you might say, oh yeah, that's Underseal, you look underneath, and it's actually not. So, the green jacket was not doing its job. I was getting really wet, so the green jacket has now been accompanied by bubble wrap, because bubble wrap is waterproof. Now, there's these weird plastic things covering the fuel lines, and they're just going to keep a load of moisture in. So for the time, well, obviously I've washed the car, so for the time being, these are actually coming off. But a little bit works. The cans are really big, and I'm not sure how I'm actually going to get up here, and they're not very well at spraying, like, not straight. So my plan is to do the inside near the gearbox down, and then come and do the out, and then do the other side. We've done it the hard way. I wish I started at the back first. No, I didn't. I mean, the back is going to be easier, so I've got so much more access. So it was either do the back first and like and then like have the hard bit at the end of the day. I'll do the hard bit first and then have the easy bit. So I've done it that way. But yeah, it's just like, this would be so easy on a ramp, but obviously we don't have that. So like, space is the main issue here. I only have 2 jack stands to do the front and then the back. So obviously if you had a ramp, or if you had 4 jack stands, it'd be a hell of a lot easier, but sadly I don't. Right, so I'm using a homemade mask for the time being, because this is properly in my face. Like, it's properly in my face now, so you definitely don't want to be breathing much of this in. I'm going to start on the underside here. I've masked over everything which needs to be masked off. I'm going to go, you need to stay off the gearbox. Anything that gets hot, you don't really want to be putting this on. So I'm going to stay away from the gearbox when I'm trying to get up in the tunnels. Oh, shit stinks, man. That's the underside done. So, right, I'm pulling off all the under trays, which I must say, being Japanese, is great. 10mm bolts. Not that fucking Evo, and they're all plastic shitty things, and I have to, never mind, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to see how much access there is to like the front chassis rails. There is a little leak from the sump. It's not that bad because I put a piece of cardboard under it last night and like it's dry this morning, so I think it's just when I'm driving there's like a little seepage. So some things are going to have to come off of that, so I'm going to properly do, I'm going to take my cans of Underseal when they come off, but for now I'm just going to access what I can. Wow, here we go. One front wheel well undersealed. Well, sorry, I just put the camera on charge for a sec. So wheel arch done. This wheel arch done. I'm actually come underneath the car. I'm just trying to get as much as the front, you know, front chassis as I can. So we got up here, I've just cleaned up there, and I've cleaned up here. And I'm going to do that little cross member. I'm going to do the cross member here as well, which I've already cleaned. There's a little bit of surface rust on it around one of the bolt holes. One of the bolt holes looked like that, and now they look like that. So I've just cleaned up the rust on them just with a little wire brush. So that's going to be undersealed. Obviously I'll do this one now. Same again, I'm going to try and get up to one of the chassis legs on there. A little bit difficult, but I'm just going to try and get up and cover what I can for the time being. And then I've done half the car, so half the underside is done. I'm just waiting for this side to dry. The hardest thing is it's just so time consuming. Like, it's just so time consuming. If you had a ramp and you could bang it up, clean everything, dry everything, and then underseal everything, it'd be so much easier. But because I can't do that, because I've only got 2 jack stands, I've got to wash half the car, dry it, and then the other side gets wet, wait for it all to dry, then you got to coat it, and you have to wait an hour between each coat. So I thought it'd be easier to do in this side, then that side, then that side, then that side. So by the time I get back to this side, I can do it again, but it's the wrong way to do it, because when you're cleaning one side, the other side gets wet and you've got to wait for the other side to dry. So it would just be easy just to clean the whole car, dry the whole car, and then spray the whole car. Everything gets piss wet through, and I'm getting piss wet through. But you know, you need to do things to realise the good things to do and the ways not to do it. So I've done most of the front now, so take you underneath. Show you what I mean. It's this little cross member here. It's now all black. I've gone up into like the chassis rail bits up there. Chassis rail up there. Come round here. Go up to the chassis rail bits up here, all up there. Chassis rail bits up there, and then it goes to the front arm, which I've done underneath as well. Done all underneath, all there through the wheel arch. So pretty much now that's the front done. I'm just going to go over a little bit more, a couple of coats, and try and just get underneath that wheel arch a little bit more, and then yeah, the back, which should be a lot easier. Right, so I'm just in the middle of putting all the under trays back on the front, and I was actually going to put the wheel arches back in and then, you know, start on the back, but that's not fully dry. It's when I'm trying to put the wheel arches back in, it's like scratching it a little bit. So I was going to just leave the wheel arch till tomorrow. The sill is still not fully dry, so I can't actually jack the car down either. I think the best thing to do is just let it fully dry overnight and then come back in the morning, and then clean the rear off and do the rear, and then finish off the video tomorrow. I think that's probably going to be looking the best thing to do at the minute. It's been very time consuming. It's been pretty fun though. It's not been very difficult. It's just been quite annoying and time consuming, to be fair, but luckily this car's easy to work on. So morning gang, it is the next day. It's not exactly warm. It's a lot sunny, but it's not exactly warm. But yeah, I couldn't actually finish it last night because this just takes so long to dry that when I was touching it, it was just marking it. I didn't want to jack the car down. I didn't want to ruin it on the sill once I've already painted it, so I just left it overnight. So now we're going to put all the wheel arches back in, put the wheels on, drop it, jack the back up, and do the rest of the backs. Literally the most annoying thing so far is showing the wheel arch back on. It's a f***ing joke. It's literally a f***ing joke. Piece of shit. Right, Jesus Christ, it's on. Bloody Nora. Let's put the wheels on, jack the car down, jack the back up, and start again. Woo! Right, we're on the bricks. Let's get her up at the back. So this is good because obviously these come with like a twin exhaust from factory. You've got a little peak hole here to see, hey, to see where your jacking point is. Perfect little peak hole. Lovely. Just gonna go straight on the diff. And this is annoying when it's so far in because you literally have to do like that much before it keeps twatting your bumper. You can jack them off these bits here, that's what Chris told me. But I feel like it's going to go up a little bit slanted. So what I'm going to do is, this is how high the car is now, and it's great. I've got so much like room. That's as high as this jack stand goes. If I drop it down to there, I'll literally have no room. So I'm going to leave it on the jack, but I'm actually going to put the jack stands on the sills just like that. And when I come to paint it, I'll just remove them and then put them back over the top. So, right, let's look at this, guys. So one of the wheel nuts on this rear right wheel was bigger. It was like a 19. So obviously the rest of them are 17. This one's a 19, which is strange. And it undid really easy off a breaker bar. And I was like, so I put a gun on it and it was just spinning. The rest of the fucking studs in there. And this is like glue. So someone, instead of just fitting one and maybe just a passing MOT or some shit, instead of just actually getting one out the back, they've just glued the head onto one through the wheel. Like you can see in the wheel where it's been glued as well, look. So decently enough, there's actually no wheel arch in the back, it's just metal, but all this is actually, see how it's all been coated. So we're going to do it anyway, but that takes one job off trying to get them. But the main thing we're concentrating on is all underneath, especially like around the fuel tank and where the subframes mount to the thing. But it looks like most of it's actually got some sort of coating on it, so We're going to do it all nonetheless anyway. Right, so anything that's in the way doesn't need to be. I'm going to pull off this heat shield. Get everything under there as well. And I'm just going to leave that off, there's no point for it. Clean it around there, a little surface rust there that we just clean off. Same there. Obviously on the bolts and stuff. Clean out the surface rust. And now it's fucking raining. This is why I literally hate doing jobs outside of this country, because it's such a fucking joke. Yesterday it was supposed to 20 degrees, today it was saying hot, and now it's fucking raining. Like, the Met Office don't even have a clue. Like, why do we even read the weather reports anymore? Because they're always fucking bullshit all the time. It's just it's fake. It's all fake. We can tell the weather. No, you can't. You have no idea, you bastard. You guess. You guess at the weather. You don't know. It's literally. I knew it. I seen this cloud. I thought it's gonna rain. And it's not even look like it's getting sunny over there. So piss take. Absolute piss take. Right, I obviously can't spray in the rain, so I may as well go and fucking get up prop underneath it where it's somewhat dry and start spraying. I have to get under. I'm gonna get under, start spraying everything. At least I don't matter about getting wet with a fucking hosepipe. It's wet because we're in Britain. Well, hey, UK YouTubing, woohoo! Love it, lads, absolutely love it. Right, we're gonna go and get under the car. This ain't beating me. Right, let's go. Woo! Hey guys, let's go. Just YouTubing in the rain. Just YouTubing in the rain. What a fucking shit feeling. It's raining again. Getting all up here. The crevices right above the diff, especially on the mountain points and stuff. Want them to be super duper strong. Shit in my eye. So I've seriously got something in my fucking eye, and it's genuinely absolutely killing me. Like, every time I blink it kills. Oh my god, it's the worst job ever. I'm literally not doing this ever again. Like, my eyes literally red raw. I need to go and sort it out a little bit. Give me a minute. Like, it's not coming out. I've washed it, I've done everything, and it's still fucking hurting like fuck. I know, like, some people might not think it's a big deal, but it happened to me once. Exactly the same feeling as this, just something feels like it's stuck, you can't see anything and you can't get out. And I actually scratched my cornea, and like, I was like in an eye patch for like a week, and it was absolute agony. I couldn't sleep or anything, it was just absolute agony. So every time I get anything in my eye, it literally freaks me the fuck out, especially like this now, because you're instantly to scratch it. Oh, I fucking hate cars sometimes, man, I really do. I'm gonna try and pretend it's not there, and hopefully whatever it is, I'll just push it out, and hopefully I've not fucking scratched my eye again like I did last time, because that was an absolute bitch, man. Like, that was probably one of the worst things that I've had. But as I said, the subframe's coming off when I'm fitting them bushes, so I need to just stop focusing on the subframe and just do the underneath, the rear back, and just like the main chassis bits. Do the subframe if I can, but I'm concentrating on it loads, and there's so much dirt in there. Dirt, that's what keeps getting in my eye, because it's all I'm getting, all of the subframe and shit that's just falling on my head. So I'm gonna just, as I say, I've pretty much done now, anyway, done cleaning most of it anyway now, so just gonna crack on, do the rest of it, spray it. It's stopped raining now, so I can actually spray again. Oh, God, my eye, man. Good news, my eye's better, which is good, but lads, my hands, from this degrease again on my hands, like, this is what my hands are normally like, and they're still quite bad because I've had degrease on that side, right? Look at them. What the fuck has happened to me? I have to feel about 90 years old, they're so tight as well. Oh god, rough and hell, lads. Probably going to start wearing gloves, but I'll finish with all the degreasing now. Just need to wait for it to all dry, which it pretty much has all dried, and we're all clean as well, so that's good. Gonna get underneath, start underneath. Just gonna get my towel and my hair dry, just make sure everything is properly dry. Same in the back, and I'm just gonna start splashing away because I'm pretty much bored now of it all. As I said, the subframe is coming off soon as, because I need to change them diff bushes, so I'm gonna get everywhere I can with the spray can, and then when I take off the subframe, we'll just obviously clean the subframe. The subframe's got a little bit of surface rust on it there, but that's fine, because obviously that's interchangeable, it's not part of the chassis, so I do not care. So I'm gonna get all that painted up, and while that's off, I'm gonna get all the bits of like the mounting points and that, but I've looked around and it's all rust free. It's pretty good. There's only like a tiny bit of surface rust where the bolts are, and I've actually scraped it all off there. Just a couple there, so that's all sound now. So yeah, let's crack on. But it's starting to spit again, so I'm going to get underneath the car and just do the bits that I can. Right, I think we're ready to paint now. There was a tiny little bit of surface rust on the jacking points where someone's been jacking up on the sills, but they've all been scraped back now with a wire brush. So they're looking all nice and pristine like metal. There was another couple of little places where it wasn't even rust, it just looked like it was like brown spots, so I just thought I may as well get that of it off as well. Now we're to mask up and paint. There's a couple of bits where I've seen from yesterday which made a little bit more coverage, so I'm going to do that as well. Can't wait to get this over and done, lads, to be fair with you. I just hope it don't rain again, because if it rains when I'm doing the marches, we're fucked. So I'm going to show you a little bit here of why it's important to check everywhere. Now I would have never found this if I weren't masking, so I've just come up here. Now I have just scraped it off for about 5 seconds, so it's nothing serious, like that's not serious at all, it's just a little bit of surface rust. But that was on unprotected metal. If you can see, you know, there's a big patch there. Why it's not sure why it's not stuck there, but it's not. I'm guessing it's just terrible masking. It looks like someone's just masked all the way around there. Not sure why, but they have. But no, that's important, because if I actually sealed over the top of that, then that would have just been doing its work underneath it. It would have never been seen until obviously it's fucking put a big hole in it. So I'm glad I've caught that. That is only surface rust. Obviously you can see I've just little metaled it for like 10 seconds and it's coming off. So luckily enough, I've just found that. But that is nearest, that's pretty much where the Evo was, right in the subframe mounting bracket to the chassis. So yeah, glad I found that. I'm gonna get that off now. Right, there we go. It's not the prettiest because I didn't have good access, but all the oxidation's out of it now, so there we go. Good. Right, I just spent a good like 20 minutes or so masking everything off. So everything that I don't want paint on is masked. I don't mind things getting out, like obviously, like, you know, it doesn't mind if it goes in the subframe, but it's also good because it actually subconsciously tells your eye where to go as well, because when you're underneath there it's quite dark and you can't really see much, so it's kind of like, oh god, what am I doing? So if you do the masking tape, if you like, you just look between masking tape and it pretty much reminds your brain of where you're painting and where you don't want painting. So pretty much done underneath the car now. I just need to put some bags over the brake disc and the coilovers and we're good to start spraying. I'm on the last can now and I've got just maybe, well, pretty much the last can, and that's the second coat for all of it, so maybe a little bit more has got to go in some areas, so hopefully we've got enough. But I have realised one thing about these cans is that even when they feel empty, they've still got quite a lot in them. I did actually notice that when I did my brake discs, or my brake calipers ages ago in the Hammerite Gold. Like, it just sprays forever. A lot of the other paints, like it feels like they've got a quarter tin left but they just stop spraying, where I feel like these, they're actually quite good, so they'll keep spraying even when you think, fucking hell, is there anything left in these? So, but my god, this is an annoying job. So time consuming, such like labour, like physical labour. But we'll get there, we'll get there. And there we have it, one undersealed Soarer. Let's show you. Boom, all black, everything. Now it's not the prettiest job, but will it do the job? Most definitely. Probably one of the most annoying things I've done to a car, not even gonna lie. Would I do it again? Probably not. If I did, it would definitely be on a ramp, or if I didn't have a ramp, I would definitely make sure I could put all four at the same time and just, you know, get it really high. I went through 5 tins, they were about £5.50 each, so caught about 30 quid. 30 quid to do that, and then obviously masking tape, and so I'm not going to add that in. But you can do it for £30, you can undersell your whole car for £30, plus around about 2 days work. Now look how bad this bush is as well, by the way. That's that bad bush which I told you about. Yeah, that's a bad bush, boys. No, but there we go. Really difficult. Obviously, I've not done it in the most neatest way possible, but I really didn't give a shit. Like, I don't care who looks underneath the car as long as it's not going to rust. I really don't care. I didn't do the subframe because obviously that's coming off. I'm probably going to powder coat it. I'll paint it whilst it's off. Not the best masking in the world, but whatever. That's what I was going to say, guys. As long as this car doesn't rust, I really don't care what it looks like. Like, not underneath anyway. So. Great success. My god, it's just the tattiest stuff, and it's like lying in water and dirt and everything, and it's very weather dependent as well, so probably not the thing to be doing outside, but I did. YOLO. What I need to do now is take all the masking tape off, put the wheels on, drop her, and I can drive it with a lot more confidence now and not being paranoid about it raining and things rusting and shit. I've been underneath the car. There's a couple little things which have a tiny bit of surface rust, but bit of a wire brush, gone, undersealed, done. I am happy. So this video is probably way too long. So I love you all. Thanks for watching, guys. I've got a few Patreon videos coming up as well, so head over to Patreon if you haven't already, and see you next time.